Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dokkan Battle video, and today we're going to go ahead and continue our Fusions EZA showcases. So today we're going to take a look at this Rainbow Whirus. Whirus I think is going to be, he probably won't be the best unit of the batch, but I think he's the one I'm going to use the most, because on his teams, which are very limited, it's Fusion, Crossover, and Realm of Gods, like he's got use on all of those teams, because any team can use Orb Changers, right? So especially anytime you're running like LRs or like some of these units that want like a lot of orbs when they get certain effects on 5 orbs, certain effects on 7 orbs, things like that. So I think orb changing in general is a good thing to have. I consider it basically like a key support passive because you're allowing your rotation more key. I think Whirus actually be pretty decent on rotation too if you want to build a team around him, which we are doing in this video, right? So Whirus' super attack effect, he raises attack and defense for 1 turn, does supreme damage and greatly lowers defense. The lowering defense doesn't really matter, but the raising attack and defense is good. So he's a double orb changer, which is fantastic. So he changes tech and int to physical. This guy, by the way, is like pretty much a must for punching bag event also. Like he's in all my big punching bag clears for the physical one, right? All right. He gets attack and defense 150, and then Fusion or Realm of Gods category allies attack and defense plus 30% with 3 or more key spheres obtained. So you're basically always going to have that. So he's basically a support unit, which those, like Fusion especially, like Fusion really needed the support. So he's a fantastic support unit for Fusion, right? He has a high chance of evading enemies' attack with 5 or more key spheres, and he gets an additional attack and defense 70% with 7 or more key spheres. So he's not like a traditional nuker. He's one of those units that like you just need X amount of orbs and they're looking pretty good. So I'm not really going to bring orb changing to this one because we just got to get 7 orbs, which I think is actually be pretty easy with him considering he's double orb changing, right? We'll see some turns with the 7 orbs and we'll see some without, but the 7 orbs is the big one where he's going to be doing a lot better damage and he's going to have more defense, right? All right, so I did go a little bit higher additional on him because I do like that attack and defense stack for 1 turn. And I did give him a little bit of crit as well, just to have that on there. And then he's not very link leveled at this point. You can see very low. And then there he is. He's on Fusion, Crossover, and Realm of God. So I think you can find use for him on all of his teams, but I think Fusion and Realm of Gods are the 2 that you'd use him the most. Realm of Gods does have a lot of support, so he's not as needed, but comboed with the orb changing, like imagine running him with the Blue Bros who need like a ton of, well, they need more rainbow orbs, but the orb changing will help them anyways though because they're an LR. So I think just all those Realm of Gods LRs can like really be helped, even like UI Goku units like that, right? And then on Fusion, just because Fusion lacks support units, I think Whirus is going to be good on there. And some Fusion units, like say Physical Gogeta, can actually, like the Year 3 Gogeta, he can really struggle for keys. So this guy I think is really awesome to run with that Physical Gogeta, especially now on JP with him having his EZA. He's actually pretty crazy. So, all right, so we are doing like basically a Beerus and Whis type build here. So Physical Beerus is our leader. We're going to have this West Supreme Kai as a support. Margarita, we're actually going to run on rotation with Whirus. She's one of those units. She's like the Int Vados, where she gives like small buffs for like all the categories. And Whirus is, well, yeah, Whirus actually doesn't fit on these because he's a fusion. Because normally like Siblings Bond, Bond Master, Disciple, like Beerus would be on those, right? So we're going to get a buff for Realm of God. So it's not going to be a huge buff, but that's okay. It'll be something. And then we will also have Int Vados floating around as well, giving a little bit of a buff. The main one is we got a 40% buff from West Supreme Kai. So that's going to be our main support we're running. This Whis supports, but only if he's on rotation with the Beerus. So we won't actually... Wow, I actually don't have this Whis rainbowed yet? What the heck? All right, well, he's one that's come very slowly to me. I didn't even realize that. I don't even have this Whis rainbowed. I wonder if I've bobbed some thinking I had him rainbowed. That's possible. Ouch, okay. I'll have to look at my box and see if I have extra Whis sitting around. I feel like he's a unit I should have rainbowed by now, but I guess not. All right, so we're going to go ahead and hop in. And we do have Whirus is on rotation too. So we're going to float Margarita off. And we're just going to see what we do. So Physical Beerus is going to miss a super. That's fine. We don't really care about doing this fast or anything like that. But I am curious to see, because Whirus, I was running him like a little bit in the free-to-play EZA area, and he was putting up pretty decent numbers for being in there. So I'm curious to see what he's going to do on like a legit 170 team with like proper linking partners and stuff. So I'm kind of curious to see how he's going to be. Now, I think most of the time you are going to run Whirus as like a... Yeah, look at the field just like go physical, right? Like when you're double orb changing, like that's all you have to do and it's like over, right? So we're actually getting 4 links with physical Whirus. Whis he gets 3 links with. All right, so we'll do this because Whis is supporting because we do have a Whirus on rotation. Very easily getting our 7 orbs. I actually wish Whirus was a traditional nuker because he would be really deadly as a traditional nuker. So we're only getting the 70% for 7 orbs. What's his defense looking like? All right, so it's 130k defense, which isn't crazy, but he does have an attack and defense raise on super, and he's getting another 70% defense on super because we got 7 orbs. So he's going to be over 200k defense, which I think is respectable. Once again, I see this Whirus as being more of a slot 3 unit anyways. Yeah, 4.67. That's good. So for only 7 orbs, he's going to be putting out almost a 5 mil attack stat. Like, that's really good considering he's basically a quote-unquote support unit, right? Like, and he's 30% attack and defense with double orb changing. Like, that's a really good support, right? So Whirus is looking pretty darn good to me. Just on that turn 1 alone, right? Sure, let's attach Vados to this Whirus because this Whirus gets a lot of buffs from Vados. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll let this physical Whirus show off a little bit. Physical Whirus, he's one of those units that he aged pretty quickly just because, like, he still hits hard, but he defensively doesn't really stand up. But he's going to put up a fat attack stat here. Watch physical Whirus here. Yeah, 6.6. That's pretty good. But yeah, he's definitely starting to show age. Like, the Whirus team needs some updates. We definitely need an EZA for LR, Whirus, and Whis. And then, honestly, maybe, like, in terms of, like, just Whirus units, like, the tech one's already had an EZA, so I guess the physical one would need one, right? Okay. I mean, there's like an AGL World Tournament one, but oh, I guess the Int one. Maybe the Int Whirus could EZA and be kind of good to hold us off until the physical one does, because I feel like the physical one is too far off. All right, so 4 links there. And Margarita, we got 5 links, so sure. We'll link them up with Margarita. We're not getting very much support here, but yeah, I mean, we can see how often we, like, miss the 7 orbs, but, like, it's not going to be often. The only way he would miss his 7 orbs is when you are running him in slot 3 and you're feeding his orbs to other people, which is probably how I'd run him, to be honest. We got the dodge there. So remember, he does have dodge chance when you collect, I think it's 5 or more orbs. And then, yeah, just solid 4.6 mil attack stats. So Whirus is awesome. Like, I think he's fantastic. I mean, I can't call him better than Janembu, right? I think Celza's probably better. I don't know, like, when you get into, like, Celza, Cooliza, I need to do the showcase on Cooliza, but I feel like Whirus is, like, right up there. Like, I feel like like, Chowman to me is probably the clear number 5 of the batch, but he's still, like, really good for what he does, like, in Super Battle Road. I think Chowman is good, but to me, he's, like, the unit I'm going to use the least because he's got a pretty poor link set. Let me see, I'm going to do this here. He's got a pretty poor link set. His ability is kind of niche. Like, you only want to use him in AoE situations. So, like, Super Battle Road is the main place you want to use him, right? Now, if they come out with another event where, like, AoE is going to be really important, then, yeah, Chowman will find some more use. But, like, Whirus, to me, is kind of in that number 2 slot tied with, like, Cooliza and Celza. Well, I shouldn't judge Cooliza yet because I haven't actually done his showcase yet, but I'm going to tell you right now, Cooliza is going to be up there just looking at his kit because he is a stacker. So I think Cooliza is going to be right there for me as well. Whirus to me would probably, if I'm ranking like the number 2, I would say Whirus might be my favorite as the number 2. Just because as a support unit, I'm just going to use him more. All right, so let's see what Whirus looks like with only 3 orbs. So this is if we don't get the 7. And that is how it naturally turned out. It's kind of unfortunate because I have my good support on this rotation, but we'll wait till she comes around again. Let's see what we got here. So still 3 mil. Like, 3 mil isn't bad. So, like, as a support unit, if this guy's sitting in slot 3, supporting for 30% attack and defense, double orb changing, and still doing a 3 mil attack stat, like, I'll take that for a support unit, like, all day. Like, this Whirus is actually, like, almost a must run on these teams because the double orb changing is so valuable while getting the support and actually a very decent attack stat. Like, he's out damaging all the other supports on these teams. So Whirus, if you think of him as a support, like, he's very, very good. I guess, yeah, we'll just leave Whis on rotation with Whirus. There's no point in floating the Whis because he's not really going to be supporting anyways as a floater because we need to have Whirus himself. So yeah, I am really liking this Whirus, and he is good enough to run on rotation. If you're running like the specific Beerus team, like you probably do want to run him on rotation because these Beerus and Whis units are getting a little outdated. So Whirus is actually one of the better units on this Beerus-centric Realm of Gods team, right? All right, perfect. All right, so we're going to go until we get... I want to go until we get basically West Supreme Kai back on rotation, and I want to get 7 orbs on that turn. So yeah, we'll just stick like this. There we go, got exactly 7 orbs, so we'll see another turn with 7 orbs. I want to see, though, with West Supreme Kai, would we eclipse 5 mil here? And once again, this is like very lowly link leveled. Oh yeah, we almost hit 5 mil right there. Just having Vados and Margarita. So yeah, we're going to be over 5 mil with West Supreme Kai because she's giving a little bit more support. And then the dodging coming through again. So Whirus is putting on a really good show here. I'm not going to lie. He's looking actually fantastic to me. Very, very excited to have him. Margarita putting up a 2 mil. That's actually pretty good for her because she's only 55% and she is not a damage dealer. Yeah, and Vados, I mean, all these units link so well together. I mean, that's the difference. Margarita and Vados, I think, are almost perfect linking partners. So they link up crazy good, and they're giving each other mad support. So I suppose that makes sense that Margarita was hitting pretty hard there for her. 2 mil isn't that hard of an attack set in general, but it's very hard for what she can do. All right. And here's the other thing with Whirus, right? If we're actually paying attention to orbs, like, I haven't even been doing that in this video. I've just been casually, like, grabbing orbs and playing, right? But if you have one of these orb changers that you know what they're changing, all you do is you pay attention. So if I just try to leave Tech and Int up, so watch, I'll just grab these AGLs, and I'll grab these STRs, and then boom, look at that big field in the middle of Tech and Int. That's all going to change the physical. So then I can guarantee I'm going to get my 7 orbs. I think for fun, that's of course if Beerus doesn't take out Goku here. You can't really do the orb planning if you take out the unit. Yeah, I don't think he's going to survive. Well, actually, he might. If if the next 2 units don't get like an additional super, we might actually make it to the next turn, which would actually be ideal here. I guess it's not a huge deal because we're not getting our... Actually, this is going to be iffy. Oh, no, we're good. He survived. Yeah, so we'll see what we got here on this next turn. Okay, but I think it could be fun to just do some videos with, like, Whirus on teams with units that really get, like, abused by it. Like, that can really abuse the double orb changing. I think that could actually be fun. So I might have to, like, do a little bit of research, but, like, I think if I just do, like, some LR showcases with Whirus, just to show how consistently we can get, like, 24 key supers, I think that could actually be kind of fun. And more specifically, looking at, like, nukers that he could work with. Someone I'm thinking, in particular, that's going to be really nasty after ZZA is the physical Resurrection F Goku, because he specifically gets 30% attack and defense per physical orb. And I think you combo him with this Whirus floating around, supporting, making even more physical orbs. Like, that Goku's going to be nasty. I might do a video on him right away, because that might be kind of a cool one. And I think that would be really interesting to see, like, how nasty that Resurrection F Goku can be. We might have to do that. Because if I just run the Resurrection F Goku and the Vegeta as a rotation, the only problem... Well, that could actually work out. Because, like, even if Vegeta, like, chooses to change physical to tech, then we'll just feature Vegeta on that turn. I think that could actually be really interesting. I think we might try that out. Alright, so we'll do... I think we're going to get one more turn in here, where I think West Supreme Kai should be coming up next. This STR Whis, by the way, is still, like, a pretty good unit, just because of his, like, dodge and gain defense mechanic, which is what the Dragon Ball Heroes Zeno Pan has. 7 mil. Yeah. I mean, you can get Beerus. Like, his attack stats are fine, right? Like, they're competitive in today's meta. It's just his defense isn't there. But physical Beerus, like, you build this Beerus team, especially with, like, Vados and Whis on the same rotation. He got such a huge, like, support buff there. Which, once this physical Beerus gets an easy A, like, with that in Vados, because I think she's, like, 60% supporting him or something ridiculous. Because I think he's on 3 of her categories. Like, so yeah, it's pretty wild. And then Vados is just like, yeah, I'm going to dodge out. All right, we're going to make this the turn here. And yeah, the orbs turned out fine. So we'll go ahead and put Whirus in slot 1. So 170k defense. Remember, he's going to get a defense raise on super and then 70% more defense. So yeah, he's probably going to be like in the 275 to 300k range after supering. Something like that. We've got 11 orbs, so we're good. Not to mention with all those physical orbs constantly showing up, like he's going to actually be able to heal pretty decent too. Just because there's so many physical orbs or whatever your physical unit is that you want him supporting. So we'll make this the last turn because this is going to be his best supported turn we've got. Yep, 5.2. So we got him over 5 mil. Not even full level 10 links. Like, what can I say? Like, this Whirus is really good. I'm going to use him a lot. He's going to be my most used unit out of this batch. Even though I would say Janembu is the best unit. This guy, I'm going to splash him on any team I can put him on. So anyways, guys, let me know what you think of Whirus. Let me know who your favorite of this Fusions batch is. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you all in the next one.